Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I put the triplets down for nap. They do climb in their own beds, and they have been climbing in their own beds since they were 20 months old. So basically they just pull up a chair to their crib and hop in. I always do a bathroom break before going to bed so they go to bed with a fresh diaper. I do still lift them out of their cribs, and the 1-year-old I watch, he is not big enough to be climbing in himself yet, but he's getting there because of his muscle mass and his tallness. For a 1.5-year-old, he's pretty tall, and he is about the size of actually some of the triplets. So I think it won't be long before I have him climbing into his crib as well. But today I'm just going to show you how I do that with the triplets. Also, I have a routine where I do a story, I sing a song, and if you watch carefully you'll see that they all, as soon as I start singing the song, they all lay down, they get their stuffed animals, and they leave their blanket, because they know that what I do is I come around and I put the blanket over them, I stroke their hair, and then I move on to the next one. And I usually start with this triplet and go down that way. But you'll see, it's kind of cool once you set a routine with kids, how they just stick to it like glue. And it's like you hardly have to really do anything. Once you've set a precedent, once you've set a routine, they're in it, and they go and they thrive in it. If you don't have any kind of routine when you're dressing them or putting them to bed or getting them up, nothing like that, you're going to see more chaos. And you know what? Chaos isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that the child has less opportunities to be independent and learn more. Sometimes in chaos you can see different types of learning, but when you have several children, especially in the same age, structure is super important for learning, because there are just more than one. If you have one child, you can have a little bit less structure and maybe more learning. So I still pick out their clothes in the morning, because really at this age group you don't want to present them with more than 2 or 3 choices at a time, or 2 or 3 options at a time I should say. And you want to do it individually. You don't want to have to like for example, if you had a bunch of different kinds of food and they're supposed to pick which one was their favorite, but they also had siblings all picking as well, that can get kind of stressful and tension and pressure. But with clothes, there's 2 boys, so they're both looking in a huge bin of shirts. They're just gonna pick out whatever's on top. They're not actually building that choice, but the part of their brain that is going to differentiate between choices and having choices. So really what you would want to do in that situation, if you only have one child, is offer them 2 shirts. Would you like the red shirt or the blue shirt? Something like that. And then that way that actually exercises the muscle in their brain that works choices. So anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. Give this a thumbs up if you like it. Please hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys next video.
You should have seen the way that you bloom. I think I saw your face in the moon. I promise I'll be with you as soon as I find a way up.
Hey, get shorts. Good. Let's go night-night. Alright, Timothy?
Okay. Fine, makeup.
That's the camera.
Camera?
Mm-hmm.
What go doing?
Take off your eye patch and your glasses.
What did you put?
Alright, you know where to put your glasses.
Okay.
And then you can get in bed.
Me get back? Oh, okay. That's real dog. Well, yeah, did
Hold on, let me fix your shorts.
Okay.
Come to your bed.
Okay.
Let me fix your shorts. Come here. Okay, now you can go get in bed.
Okay.
Alright, sit over here.
Camera?
Sit down, look for Ben.
Camera?
Yes, that is a camera.
Camera? Can we go?
Yes, you can go now.
Is that camera? Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
A hole in the roof. Jesus was at a house preaching. Many people gathered there because they heard he was healing the sick. The house was overflowing with people. Many had to stand outside. There was no room left, not even outside the door. Down the road lived a man who could not walk. He was paralyzed. His friends believed Jesus could heal him. They carried him to the house. It was still too crowded, so they carried him up to the roof. The man's friends made a hole and lowered him down to Jesus. Jesus saw that the men had faith. He knew how much they loved their friend. Jesus said to the man, "Your sins are forgiven." The man stood up and walked. The crowd praised God.